everyone, welcome back to another part of our in-depth review of the new Space Marine Codex. It came up today. It's been fun so far. And in this video, we're going to be covering a bunch of things. Special rules, warlord traits, chapter tactics, and relics. And
technical objectives.
Technical objectives. And that's why we're going to break this up into several parts because each part is going to cover so much information because Space Marines is such a huge codex. Okay. So we'll start with the special rules. There's only one special rule now. Other than the initial fear, which is
Codex wide.
Combat squads, same as before. Any squads of 10 or more can break up into 2.
Yep.
That's it in a nutshell.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. Special rules. Done. Warlord traits. So we've got the warlord traits are very similar, but they're slightly different than the old warlord traits.
Mm-hmm. Some got nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Some got nice.
The first one is called Angel of Death. And it basically gives them a fear special rule. Furthermore, enemy units locked in combat must take fear tests on 3d6.
So if you go against, say, orcs,
orcs are not Tyranids. Tyranids are typically
scared.
Orcs would be hilarious.
Yeah. Chaos.
Even Eldar.
Because unless they take the chosen squads from each Chaos God, they won't get fearless.
No.
On the Chaos side.
Imperial Guard would be pretty funny.
Oh yeah. Tau would be fun. Oh yeah. Tau would be fun.
Yeah.
Eldar
in some circumstances, yeah.
Yeah, because there's not much for their troops that are fearless.
Anything Wraith.
Oh yeah. And if they're within 12 inches of an avatar?
Yeah.
Mm. But not everyone runs.
No.
So
number 2 is called the Imperium's Sword, and it just basically gives your warlord fear discharge.
Cool. Nice to get.
Yeah.
But not the best.
No, because I prefer Iron Resolve. Number 3, Feel No Pain. Gives your warlord Feel No Pain, keeps him alive, great stuff there. Especially the fact that some of these guys do have Eternal Warrior, so that it really does help.
Mm-hmm.
Storm of Fire is number 4. At the start of each of your shooting phases, nominate one friendly unit within 12 inches of your warlord that is drawn from the same chapter as your warlord. Makes sense. Most of the time it should. That unit's ranged weapons have the rending special rule until the end of your next phase. So you can have rending bolters.
Wow.
Rending rapid fire bolters would be really funny in Imperial Fists. Yeah, anything really. So rending bolters. You have bolters that could potentially, take out light vehicles.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun. Or even Rens on 6 just kills things.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Number 5, Rights of War. All models in the warlord's attachment can use his leadership value. That's huge.
Yeah. So it's not within X inches.
No.
Everything that's on the board gets to your warlord's leadership.
Yeah.
So all your army is basically leadership then.
Yeah, whole army, especially if it's Calgar.
Well, any HQ is leadership then anyway.
Yeah, but Calgar
except for Tech Marine.
Yeah, Calgar gets to choose his warlord trait. Yeah, he just now your entire army's leadership 10. And the final one, Champions of Humanity. Your warlord and all friendly units within 12 inches of your warlord with a faction that is part of the armies of the Imperium must reroll failed morale checks, pinning tests, and fear tests.
Yeah, this one I don't get why they include fear.
Yeah,
because with additional fear, you automatically pass.
I just thought of why. I just thought of why.
Yeah, why?
Because with a faction that is part of the armies of the Imperium, not all armies of the Imperium are additional fear. Imperial Guard.
Oh yeah.
And the Skitari and Colcanicus.
Oh yeah, I see. So if you want to run some Space Marines.
Yep.
And
an ally
allies
with the Skitari.
Or it has to be your main detachment to get a warlord trait.
Yes.
So yeah, if you have Astro Militarum ally detachment, you get
even Sisters of Battle. It would really help.
Yeah.
Right.
Those two. So either if you really want it, you can take Calgar, which is gonna help pretty much, depending on what he has to do, and automatically get it. So all your little guards can reroll their fear tests.
That's
that's nice.
It's nice if you're taking an allied detachment with a bunch of guys that don't have additional fear.
If you're just Space Marines,
yeah.
But
Otherwise, I really think Rights of War or Iron Resolve is good. Feel no pain.
Yeah, that's good.
Storm of Fire is hilarious, giving rending to anything.
Bolters.
You just get into a giant squad of tactical marines with bolters, and it'd be hilarious. Rights of War, good if you have or Champions of Humanity.
Yeah.
I don't really care about the fear tests, and I don't really care about Furious Charge. That's it.
Because since you're gonna have to take 3 tactical squads minimum, you're not gonna charge that much.
No, that's the thing. This is
So Furious Charge.
the new codex. Other than the fact that it really does seem to favor shooting, because a lot of the fast attack heavy hitters have been removed or nerfed, because in the sense that you can't take as many of them. You can't, flood the field with bikers. You can't flood the field with assault marines. You can't, so you have to take tactical marines. It's going to be a very defensive army, I think, and very shooty. I can see them as being a more stationary shooting army in the end.
Yeah.
But speaking of which, let's dive over chapter tactics. Now, chapter tactics have changed slightly. Most of them have gotten better.
Yeah.
They've been tweaked. Most of them are very similar to the old ones, but have been tweaked. Now, when you start reading the codex, there's a thing called combat doctrines, and they didn't organize this codex correctly, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because it looked like when you read it, combat doctrines applies to everyone, but it doesn't. It's just Space Marines. Their special power is that they can make combat doctrines.
Yeah.
And that's it. But their combat doctrines are still tactical, assault, and devastator. The only one that really got changed was tactical. It's now they get to reroll 1s to hit in the shooting and assault phase. It used to be just shooting.
So rerolling 1s in Overwatch. It's in the assault phase. Or
But I mean, they can do it in their own way. They assault somebody, they can reroll 1s to hit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's pretty good. So that's pretty good. And then the assault doctrine. Any reroll, effective models can reroll to hit rolls of 1 in the assault phase. That's kind of odd.
Yeah.
All right.
You read it, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's because also effective models that have joined the squads can instead reroll all fail to hit rolls in the assault phase. So like attack squads, any really assaulty squad, any fast attack, like assault, bike, attack, they get to reroll all fail to hit rolls.
Okay, yeah.
That's what the bonus is.
So technical one
it's just
applies only for tactical marines.
No, it's effective models. And then effective models and tactical squads, including effective models, reroll all fail to hit rolls.
Okay, yeah.
So, but everyone in your army hypothetically can reroll to hit. 1s to hit, to wound. And the final is Devastator. They can reroll specifically in the shooting phase. Effective models and Devastator squads, Centurion Devastator squads can reroll all fail to hits in the shooting phase. So it's pretty close to roll. So that's cool. So that's Ultramarines.
Yep.
And they do, basically Ultramarines can do 1 per turn, 1 per game. Except there are Warlords that can break that rule.
Yeah.
In the
Or
Ultramarines.
some formations.
Up next we have the White Scars. Now the White Scars, in my opinion, are the most affected chapter by this codex because the last codex made them amazing. Now the thing is, they didn't remove any of the good rules from them. They still have Born in the Saddle and they have Fight on the Move. Born on the Saddle, they now just, instead of saying what the rule does, it just says they have Skilled Rider.
And they add 1 to their strength when resolving armor rats.
And it's exactly as the old codex. It's just in the old codex they actually said what Skilled Rider does instead of giving them Skilled Rider. They said they automatically pass Dangerous and a +1 to their Jink. And now it's, because I don't think it was a turn last time. I don't know, maybe they created rules.
Yes. And they also have in run.
Yeah, in run. So that's cool. Now the thing is with this is,
And if you have only White Scars in the unit, you can reroll your dice for run moves.
but the thing that I think about this is interesting is not bikes, White Scar models. So your entire army will have hit and run.
Yeah, and as fleet on the run.
Yeah.
So
That's kind of interesting.
fleet running and hit and run.
That's kind of interesting. It may not be the most practical with tactical Marines with hit and run, but it'd be weird. It's going to be fun to watch.
But if you want to shoot,
yeah.
because I mean, if you get into combat on your opponent's turn because he charged you, and you have some models left, and let's say that squad has your captain in, and he's got the rending bolter ones, bolter warlord trait, so you can hit and run out of the combat,
Rend them and potentially jump back in if you want.
Yeah.
Taking more tact.
Although you won't you probably won't be able to assault if you shoot rapid fire bolters. Because you're not around.
You can get to the bolt pistols.
Oh yeah. So rending bolt pistols?
It'd be
Why
fun.
not?
Yeah,
Why not?
Up next with the Imperial Fists chapter tactics, which are still called Bolter Drill and Siege Masters. Bolter Drill is the same. They can reroll ones to hits when shooting. With bolt pistol, bolt guns, storm bolters, heavy bolters, combi weapons, or firing bolters. The rule also applies to models firing Hellfire, Kraken, Vengeance, or Dragonfire rounds.
So stern guards.
Stern guards. And Siege Masters. Siege Masters has been, I guess, made it slightly better, but the wording, so many sentences. Imperial Fist models can reroll armor penetration rolls against buildings that do not result in a glancing or penetrating hit. Now, the problem is buildings are not taken
That much of it.
very often.
Yeah.
In the list, fortifications are by far the lowest percent, of competitive lists that I see for fortifications.
I mean, pretty much the only piece of terrain people sometimes take is the Aegis Defensive.
But yeah, it's not a building, right?
Yeah, it's not.
I've taken the Plasma Obliterator, and like I know I've seen a couple of funny lists with the what's the giant one?
Oh yeah, the Fortress of
Redemption.
Yeah,
But it's
you have to have a lot of points
to take it for,
to take that,
yeah.
and for it to matter.
So I don't want to see that mattering too much. And then on top of that,
Unless you're playing like really big games,
Yeah.
where you have each side has a lot of buildings and entrenchments, maybe. But in normal like 1500, 1850 games,
Yeah.
you don't usually see any buildings.
and this is the more important one. In addition, Imperial Fist Devastator squads and Centurion Devastator squads have tank cover.
Oh yeah.
That's great. So you can take some weapons and fire them. Black Templars are next. Now, Black Templars.
and Grapples.
Exactly.
Boom.
Yeah. Exactly. Because you can actually roll a pen instead of carrying with the 6 to
Oh, yeah.
equalize. My question was, will it forfeit it? I guess it would. Because if they tank hunter, they roll 2 dice against. No, it's tank hunter. You re-roll so tank hunters re-roll 2 on the pen like on the second roll. So you just re-roll, increase your chances of re-rolling that 6. Yeah, so it's not too bad. I constantly mistaken armor bang with tank hunter.
Oh yeah.
Up next is the Black Templars, and now the Black Templars are still in this Codex, people, despite what the rumor said, they're still in the Codex, they're part of the Codex. And the rules have changed slightly. They used to have to accept when engaged in a challenge, Black Templars characters had to
Accept the challenge?
it was called accepting a challenge no matter what, but it didn't have to say they had to accept a challenge. It was just they re-roll and engaged in a challenge. Black Templar characters re-roll all failed to hit and rolls, never ending.
Okay.
But now it's Black Templar models have the Crusader, an adamantine will.
Which is nice.
Yeah, well, that's great for denying witches, as you saw today.
Yeah.
The Lost Librarians,
Witches.
librarians cannot be included, obviously, because they're against that stuff, which is why they got adamantine will. So now they have something to deny. And then Righteous Zeal, which is if a Black Templar unit suffers 1 or more casualties in the shooting phase, or as a result of Overwatch, all models in the unit gain counterattack and rage. The only thing that's really weird though is if it's a result of Overwatch, why would they need counterattack?
Well, if they're getting charged. But if they... No, yeah, because if the opponent shoots you, and you lose a guy, and then get charged, you get counterattack.
Yeah, but that would be as a result of Overwatch.
Well, you get rage then.
Yeah, then you get rage. Yeah.
Well, you get both,
Yeah.
no matter what. But each time only one would apply.
Yeah.
But you get both.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, well, if you lose a guy in the shooting phase, do you get counterattack, and if you lose a guy in Overwatch, you get rage. You get both.
Exactly. You get both. And so that means you get an extra attack, and do you get extra 2 attacks if you have rage and counterattack on stack on top of each other?
Well, counterattack doesn't give you any more attacks in your assault phase.
No,
So in rage only gives if you charge. Because it's +1 instead, +2 instead of +1 when you charge.
That's what I mean, but like, let's say they assault you.
You get +1.
But
If you assault, you get +2.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless they have defensive grenades.
Yeah. Up next, Iron Hands. Iron Hands didn't really change. Iron Hands, it's a 6 of Field of Pain.
Yep.
And if they have Field of Pain from anything else, it's a +1 of their Field of Pain. So a standard Field of Pain then would be a 4 up instead of because if they have another TCM, it'd be a 5 up, down to 4. Next is machine empathy as well. Iron Hand characters and vehicles have it will not die.
So yeah, with the Relics and Warlord Trait, that Captain or Chaplain or whatever would get a 4-up feeling if he's Iron Hand.
Exactly. And that's not bad. Iron Hand character, yeah. And also, Tech Marines had 1 to their blessing of the Omicide rolls.
Yeah.
Salamanders did change their chapter tactics.
Yeah.
Flamecraft got it in a way a buff and a way a nerf because it
depends on the situation.
It used to be you could reroll their saving throws
Against
from flamed weapons. Now most flamers in the game do not go through. But that being said, flamers and heavy flamers do not go through Space Marine.
Nope.
Right?
Neither do and flamers.
But what I'm thinking about salamanders though is heavy flamers would go through scouts.
Yeah.
And so, but now instead of rerolling their saving throws, they get a 4-up feeling of pain. So what I'm thinking of, it's better against anything that will go through their armor, because then now in the old codex there's nothing, and now like against
Bale Flamers, Flamestorm Cannons,
yeah,
from either a Redeemer or a Blood Predator.
Or heavy flamers versus scouts.
Yeah.
Right? It goes through their armor, they don't get one, so the reroll was nerfed. But that in the new codex they had a 4-up feeling of pain. But against normal flamers and heavy flamers with Space Marines, this is a nerf, because rather than a 3-up rerollable, it's a 3-up and a 4-up. So it's a slightly smaller chance of them surviving. But that being said, I like it because they're guaranteed it all the time.
But it's not that bad.
No, it's not that bad, and it does help against
and they're guaranteed to get it because they're. I haven't seen.
There's nothing strength
8 flamers.
I've seen strength 7.
Yeah.
But I've never seen strength 8.
Yeah. Well, the only flamer that was more than strength 6 or 7 was the former flamer from the Transcendent Catans.
Yeah.
That was D.
Yeah.
It was the only one.
Yeah, but
And now it's not D anymore. So.
and then and like especially I like running the Acheron, for example, from Imperial Alliance. This would be great against it because strength 7 AP3 flamer, now they get feeling pain against it instead of before they just got nothing. So it benefits, I think. And they're also master artisans during any. Furthermore, when using flamer weapons, salamanders can reroll fail to wound rolls and armor penetration rolls that do not result in a glancing or penetrating hit. That's the same as before.
Yeah.
And then master artisans,
which is the same as it was.
Same as it was before. They can basically characters can upgrade their weapons to mastercraft as long as it's not a relic.
Mastercrafted bolters.
Yep.
Or plasma pistols.
Yeah.
Or grav pistols.
Can you mastercraft a flamer weapon?
Yeah.
Reroll 1s to wound?
Well, how would that work?
I don't know. Because Twin Link you reroll a wound. Would a mastercraft get to reroll 1 to wound? I don't know. Curious about that one. And finally, Raven Guard chapter tactics. Now Raven Guard, as I said, they're also one of the armies that are really affected by this. They're one of the chapters that are really affected by this codex because now you can only take, if you want to take the standard force organization chart, you can only take 1 squad of assault arms for every 3
if you
chapters.
take the detachment in this codex,
Yeah.
you can still run combined arms.
Yeah, but the thing is though, I feel that very few codices you want to take combined arms as opposed to their codex. Usually it's a detriment. Very rare.
But the thing is, you can take a combined arms, but nothing forbids you from taking any of the other formations. The only thing you won't get are the benefits from the detachment.
Yes.
So you can take any of those formations with a combined arms, and it's still Battleforge.
But even with the combined arms, you have to take 2 min squads of scouts or tacticals, and then
55 points.
Yeah.
So it's 110.
Plus, for the allies, you'll have to do. Yeah, there's another tactics on our probably with the HQs of the allies and stuff.
You don't need allies, just the formation.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So 110 points to get a HQ, 2 min squads of scouts. Well, say you want to have your scouts.
Maybe 200 points for the
yeah.
But yeah, 200. It's
doable.
Yeah.
It's less interesting.
And now the strength in the shadows has been changed. It's non-vehicle. Raven Guard models that do not begin the game transport have the shrouded special rule until the start of the second turn. So they're shrouded, and plus they have a +1 to the roll of is there knife fighting. So it's a 3-up knife fighting, and basically if there is knife fighting, they get a 4-up cover in open ground starting the game.
So before, if you were like bikes or centurions, you wouldn't get it because you were bulky.
Yeah.
Now you do. So everyone turn 1 is gonna get at least a 5-up. And if it's night fighting, you're gonna have 4.
Yeah.
In open ground.
Yeah, open ground.
If you're in the ruins, 2 ups.
Exactly. And then there's also Wing Deliverance, which Raven Guard can use their jump axe in the movement and assault phases as they normally do. So that's that. So this is the chapter tactics.
And they can reroll their wound roll for
Armor attacks, yes, sorry, yes.
So, but then, if you take the detachment, you can only have 1 squad of assault marines.
Mm-hmm.
At best, you can go one demi company, have 1 assault squad, and then the first company's task force and get 3 Vanguard veteran squads, 3 to 5, which will get this benefit. So yeah, that may be the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take the demi company and then you go all auxiliary and take 3 to 5 squads of Vanguards.
Yeah.
That way you can go jump backs. Yeah, so Raven Guard is still possible.
Possible. Not as much for White Scars.
Nope.
No.
No, that's the only way to get a squad of bike
It's bring 3
with
tactics.
the formation is to take 3 tactical marines.
Yeah,
squads.
Oh, that's huge, because that's 210 points per bike squad. You have to get taxed and tax squads.
Yeah.
But
Jump backs,
it's possible. Next we go chapter relics.
oh yeah.
I'll let you talk about chapter relics. I'm talking too much. I don't have a voice for him in this video, so
I'm
you're talking so much.
Yeah, so the armor in Dovitus, this one hasn't changed. It's still a 2-up save and a 6-up invul.
Yep.
And once per game you can get a 2-up invul.
Yep, quick on the wall.
Yes!
It's basically gospel fracture.
Pretty much. So yeah, that one hasn't changed. It was the same thing. Burning Blade, still 3 plus 3 strength, AB2, melee, blind, incandescent. And incandescent is still at the end of the assault phase, you roll a d6 if you use the sword. On a roll of 1, you get a strength 4 AB2 hit on the wielder of the sword.
Basically, he just turns the sword and stabs himself with it.
Yeah,
It's
or
just
it burns, I don't know, something. So this one hasn't changed either. The Primarch's Wrath is a 24 range, strength 4 AB4, so better bolt gun.
Yep, but it's salvo.
Salvo 3-5, so on a bike captain you can shoot 5 times.
Or even a Terminator.
Oh yeah, Terminator, yeah, if you're relentless. Mastercrafted, so you'll either reroll 1 of 3 or 1 of 5.
Yeah.
And Shred. So this one hasn't changed either. Still pretty good.
Not bad.
Against swords, you at least get 4 shots.
Yeah.
Or B4. And your soldier.
Yeah, it's
you'll
illegal
kill
orcs and Tyranids, so
yeah.
no one's business. And
Tau. Fire
Imperial Guard. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, not bad.
Pretty good. Shield Eternal stayed the same. This time, instead of saying, well, it gets this and this and this, they just said, well, it's a Storm Shield.
Yeah.
So you can't, what is it called? When you go after troops rotate?
You can't. Yes, you can't.
Sweeping events.
Sweeping events.
So you can't sweeping events and you have a 3-up invul.
That being said, rarely can you give it to a model that, like most time, you give it to a Terminator anyway.
Yeah, but you can give it to a normal captain.
Someone that has carapace armor.
So yeah, it's a storm shield. So 3-up invul, and you get adamantium will and eternal warrior.
That's huge.
So your captain with 3 wounds gets eternal warrior.
That's good.
And adamantium will. That. Now one of those that changed. The standard of the Emperor Ascended.
Yeah.
It used to be that if you were within 12 inches of the bearer and you had the same chapter tactic, you could reroll failed morale and pinning tests.
Yeah. Screw that.
Yeah.
Just got better.
And if other units chosen from the Space Marine Codex were 6 inches away or less from the bearer of the standard. You got hatred, and you added 1 to your assault result total, which is not bad. And the bearer and its unit also had fear. So that was the old one. Now, a model equipped with the standard of the Emperor Ascendant has the fear special, so that stayed the same. Also, every friendly model within 12 inches of the model that has the banner gets +1 attack and fearless.
Yeah, fearless.
So it changed a little because you don't get hatred anymore, but you get +1 attack instead and fearless, which I like better over hatred.
Yeah, I can't find it in the old. How much did it cost in the old one? Just for curious sakes.
Relics?
Yeah, it's in there.
Where is it here?
Am I wrong? It's missing.
It's not.
Yeah, it has an error or something. It's missing the codex.
Oh, maybe it's in the is there a standard? Oh, it may be undercards or command squads.
Oh man,
that could take this. They're the only one that can take a standard.
Yeah, there's the rules for it. That's really
We're
weird.
gonna try and find the costs here.
Yeah. Just for curiosity, how much it changed in costs?
Elites.
No problem.
Because the chapter.
No, it's not there either. No. It's okay. Maybe it's just
That's weird. Space Marine standard lists.
That's what I was looking at. Maybe it's. No, it's here. It's here in this codex.
Yeah, because
Maybe
in the new codex,
maybe it was in the old
it
one.
costs 60 points.
60 points. Okay.
So 60 points to get fearless within 12 inches and +1 attack. And the squad that has it gets fear. So 60 points for that. I don't know.
I don't know either. Something too.
Yeah, I believe it costs too much. But I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Not the first one I think.
No. I like the Teeth of Terra.
Oh yeah. So Teeth of Terra, the only one other than the standard that changed. It's still strength +2, still AB3.
Yep.
Still melee, still rampage, still a specialist weapon. But here's what changed. It used to be that it had strike down. So if you caused a wound to a unit with this weapon, it would treat open ground as difficult terrain.
Yeah.
Chances are, if you're doing wounds with that in close combat, either you're gonna kill the squad, or they're gonna retreat. So retreating won't matter because you roll 2d6s and you're not affected by terrain. So I don't see it taking much effect. But now it's concussive instead of strike down. So now it's good in your combat because if you don't have killed all members of the squad,
Now you go to initial 1.
they go to initiative 1 on the next turn.
Yeah.
Or if you struck before, when they hit on the first turn of combat, they will be initiative 1.
Yeah.
So it's actually better than it was.
Yep.
How much was it?
I don't remember, unfortunately.
Because now it's 35 points.
I think it was 35 before. I could be wrong. That was 35.
That's possible.
35, yeah.
Yeah, so same point costs, and it got better.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
That's the chapter, Alex. Pretty interesting. Some people might take a few. I think they're interesting. I think the Shield Eternal's pretty solid.
Yeah. The Brigand Blade is cool too.
Yeah. You know, and the other
Armor
ones-
Strap.
Yeah.
The only one I don't really like is the standard.
Yeah.
Because it
It's very
just
simple.
costs too much
Yeah.
for what it does.
Yeah. Well, I guess the final thing we'll cover in this video is the tactical objectives.
Yep.
Um,
Which is new because Tactical Objectives only came out in 7th edition.
Yeah.
So you've got so those like the other ones that came in before replace 11s, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Yep.
So 11 is Death from Above. You score 1 victory point if at the end of your turn. If during your turn, at least one enemy unit was completely destroyed by one of your units with jump back,
That's gonna be really hard.
or that arrive from deep strike.
That one's more possible, depending on what kind of dreadnought you're running. But that's gonna be really hard.
Yeah, well, it depends. If you go Raven Guard with a lot of Vanguards with jump backs,
But
they might be doable.
yeah, but this card applies to the entire codex. Most armies will not have like to kill something by jump infantry alone is pretty tough. As long as you have jump infantry that are souped up for close combat, and then something right from deep strike, you better have a flamer or something in there.
Yeah. Or you drop on a tactical squad and try to kill something.
Yeah, or stern guard.
So this one you kind of have to get first or second turn if you have drop pods. Otherwise,
that's a big problem. Well, then you're like,
unless
jump,
you have
go jump squad.
go jump squad.
Yeah,
Don't take a chance.
Now the odds are depending on who your HQ is, and we're going to talk about this in a future video. You will probably get your most of your army in turn 1.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, drop pod squad half. In fact, drop pods. No, half of them have to come in turn 1, the rest come in turn 2.
Run them up.
But it'll turn 3 onwards. If you get this card, it'll be a really hard.
Yeah, it's going to be an automatic or pretty much discard, unless you have a lot of jump backs.
Next is honor your chapter.
Yep. So this one, you score a victory point if one or more enemy character was killed in a challenge.
Yeah, it can happen.
So
In a challenge.
yeah, in a challenge. It doesn't say that it has to be on your turn. Oh, well,
End of your turn.
yeah, it has. But
Next is no mercy, no respite. I can read no respect. No respect.
That's a respite.
Score a victory point at the end of your turn if at least one enemy unit was completely destroyed and or failed a morale check during your turn. That's possible. If 3 or more enemy units were completely destroyed and or failed morale checks, you get D3 points. Cool. 4 is for the Emperor. Ooh. It's for the Emperor. The Emperor. He said the Emperor. He is good. The Emperor is what we do things for.
But easy, really.
Yeah. So 1 victory point at the end of your turn if at 1 or more units made a successful charge during your turn. That's it.
Yeah.
Just made a charge.
But if 3 or more did charge, you get D3 victory points. So again, I mean, right now I read this and those 4 seems like you have to run jump backs.
Well, even so, tactical marines can jump out of tactical marines could assault. All you gotta do is assault, and you just kamikaze units maybe. But
But with say vanguards, you can equip them with power weapons.
Yeah.
Jump into something. So you're gonna have 3 squads that are gonna charge. You'll probably wipe a squad, and if you wipe 3 with your 3 squads, you're gonna get D3 again with no mercy or respite. You'll probably challenge something, so you're gonna get 12. And since you have killed something with a jump at squad, you're gonna get 11. So those 4 are kind of kitted out for someone that is going to bring jump backs and assault a lot.
Yeah, and the next one is possible. I think it's possible, but it just depends on your list. The next one is you score 1 victory point. It's called Lightning Strike, and it's 1 victory point at the end of your turn if at least one enemy unit in your enemy deployment zone was completely destroyed. So you have to kill something before they get out of their deployment zone, which is possible. Like turn 1, because a lot of these lists that we've been building have some crazy firepower ranges, but like the Vindicator list doesn't have a firepower range, so it'd be harder. But Thunderfire cannons would be hilarious.
Oh yeah, but just drop botting veterans or tacticals can be done.
Again, later in the game it might be hard, depending on what you have, what your opponent's running. But typically with Maelstrom War games, and even most games in fact, there should be something camping in the background of their army.
Or if you get that during a turn that if you're playing Maelstrom, and your opponent got all the line, he's gonna have at least 3 squads in his deployment zone.
Yeah.
So
Or 3 units at least.
So doable.
And the final one is Emperor's Retribution. Score D3 victory points at the end of your turn if you control an objective marker that was controlled by your opponent at the start of your turn. That's kind of cool. So but the thing is, with this one, it's not that hard. Because all you do is a lot of the time you will get objectives secured in this list, in this army. We'll go over the rules later. But all you simply do is choose an objective controlled by anything else. Like if I have an elite on an
jump.
objective, walk up to it.
Yeah.
You simply walking up to it, you steal it from me and get this point, and you get D3 victory points. If you control 3 or more objective markers that were controlled by your opponent, which once again, with objective secured, is very possible, D3 plus 3.
Yep.
That's a good card. Like this isn't like the Grand Ants where I saw 2 of them and I was like, the Grand Ants ones are just silly. But interesting. So that's it. So that's the chapter. So this video we've gone over the relics, we've gone over the chapter tactics, we've gone over the special rules, the warlord traits. Sum it up, good stuff, very similar to the old things. Most of the chapter tactics got buffed, in my opinion.
Some didn't.
We'll stop here, and because next video we're going into the grass. 17 HQ choices.
11 named ones.
11 named ones.
So, one of the big parts.
Yeah, it's gonna be probably our second longest video, or longest video actually. It'll definitely.
All those formations.
Well, we're gonna cover the formations one at a time through the. That's why I was saying we'll separate them out because I think covering 11 formations straight would be a crazy video. People just like heads explode in the middle of it. So
Although there's enough content in there just to make one
you could break it into multiple
30-minute long video about that.
Oh, for sure. But I just again at least if we cover the formations while covering the models in them, it would bring them more together with our thoughts on the squads. But it's okay. So thank you very much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed this one. Stay tuned because crazy eyes and crazy eyes. We're just having crazy eyes here. Really hope you enjoyed this video. Like the video, comment section down below what you thought about what we talked about. Stay tuned for the next part where we're going to jump into the HQ section and see if we survive. Oh yeah. We might have to. We brought drinks because it's gonna be insane. So thank you very much for watching. Until next time, this is Jay saying. No, actually, next time this is Jay and Patrick saying. Why did I have that? Of course you have to be included.
Oh yeah.
Jerk.